Ada ba New York City. Ada Lee. Ma, aminti Lee. Katekta shaminti. Ma, katekta shaminti. Omish, no? Fort Lauderdale shaminti ta? Lada. Shaminti ta? Chicago? Ada? Protecta shaminti. Ma, protecta shaminti. Ma, protecta shaminti. Brian, protecta shaminti. Brian, chiskinosica, protecta shaminti tone. New York, ba Chicago. Brian at Skinosi Katinkash, Anthony at Skinosi. Brian at Skinosi Katinkash, New York, Minty Tuk. Chiskinosica, Chiskinosikash, Katekta Ishaminti. Ada? Thomas, Tuma, Dana Ishno, Katekta Shaminti them, Chiskinosikash. Fort Worth, Shaminti them. Come on. So,
not that you want.
Chiskinosica Tinkash, Katekta Shaminti them. Lada, Ada, Chicago, Fort Worth. Ada, Tuma. Micah, Ishno, Chiskinosica Tinkash, Katekta Shaminti them. Cook, Nebraska. Huskers? Bison. Kafi, Chiskinose Katinkash, Katekta Shamintitum.
Abilene, Texas.
Amintili Tuk. Michelle, Chiskinose Katinkash. Katekta Shaminti. Arlington, Amintili, Aspista Stan, Chiskinose Katinkash, Aspista. Stan, Chiskinose Katinkash, Katekta Shaminti. Alan Nicole, Stan at Amintituk, Chiskinose Katinkash, Alan Amintituk. Amy Ishno, Chiskinose Katinkash, Katekta ish Aminti Tum. Aminti Li. Tuk. Osle. Is that? Tuk. Tuk, lid, tum, tum. This up. Katekta ish aminti. Katekta ish aminti tum. Tum. But Tuk. Abilene, Anokono, Abilene, Texas, Amintili Tuk. Ada, Lada, Amintili. Abilene, Texas, Amintili Tuk. Lada, Amintili. Circle. Chiskinose Katinkash, Katekta ish Aminti Tum. Ada Amintili. Cuma. Chikanali. Anali. Good enough. All right. Let's break it down. All right. So who survived an hour in Chickasaw? Raise your hand if you're still alive. Who, on a scale of 1 to man, I'm leaving. How uncomfortable was it? Show me my I'm out of here. Oh, he's leaving. Dang it, he's the camera guy. You can't leave, Anthony. You're too good. Too good. Show me 8s, 7s, 6s, 5s, 4s, 3s? For real? All right, everyone should be like a 2 then, or 1. 1 is like, it was fine, everything was awesome, I knew it all. And 10 was like, I'm out of here. So show me 1s. 2s? Good. 3s? Pretty good. It depended. It really depended, doesn't it? All right, so somebody tell me a little bit. How do you feel about this format? English, no English. What do you think, Trevor?
I think it's beneficial to go no English. If you're ever going to get anywhere, you have to be.
Yeah. After a certain point. Did folks, let's say you heard me say the word kata like 50 times. I probably said it 100 or maybe 200 times. Is there a point at which you thought, I don't even need to look at that anymore? Or you were still referencing this pretty good?
I got this part down.
Pretty good. Yeah, that gets really complicated. So who was really solid with Kata Chiya and Nanana Saya? Pretty solid. That's pretty graspable. So what we did just in this little area was who or whom is kata. And we just did 2 persons. We did sa and we did chi. There's other ones like po and hapo and stuff like that. But we're just going to stick with this. So for example, let's say you wanted to say, I am Chickasaw. How would you say that?
Chickasaw Saya.
Chikasha Saya. Chikasha Saya in Chickasaw. That's right. Now how would you say, are you Chickasaw? Yeah, I know you are. If you wanted to say, are you Chickasaw, somebody, I know you are. Chickasaw. How would you say it, Sonch? Are you Chickasaw? How would you say that in Chickasaw? What would you substitute?
Word of that.
Chiya. So you say Chikasha Chiya. In. Chikasha Saya. Chikasha Chiya. In. Alright, so we got Kata Chiya, who you are, right? So Chikasha Chiya is a question. Chikasha Chiya in Chikasha Saya, or whatever you happen to be. Alright? Now let's look at this one. Who had issues with yappa and yamma? That was kind of hard. If you had issues, raise your hand. What was confusing about it?
I don't know if I can this and that. But I mean, because I'm like, she's Yakka and you're Yana, and what's this and that happening?
This is something that's right here that I can touch without moving much, within reach.
So when you're asking me like something about her, you would start off with that. Right?
Absolutely. Like yappa kata. Because actually I'm sorry, I would say yama. Because I can't reach her. So I would say yama. And assuming that we are in the same sort of orientation, you would also say yama dana or whatever. But if I asked you yappa kata, because I'm within reasonable arm's reach of her, you would say yappa cha. So yappa is within your arm's reach, so 3 feet, and yama is out of your reach. So
So if I would say who he was, I would say like Yama Kata, but
who is that?
over there?
Who is that over there?
Okay.
Out of my reach.
Okay.
So just like with my hat. Yaput. 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 See, it's all about your arm. All right, so this is where. Kata Chiya it means where, literally. Ak is a place, and ta is kind of like that question mark we were working with earlier. So some speakers will say Kata Chiya, some speakers will say katekta, and some speakers will say katekta. So say it however you want, but that means where. And then I broke this phrase down so you can see it morpheme by morpheme, which is a little chunk of speech. So ish is indicates a place. And minty, like minty should come. And then ta is what? Question mark. It indicates a question mark right here and now. Katekta shamintita. Where do you come from?
So would you have had to write the punctuation on that?
Do I?
Would you have had to write the punctuation on that?
We do write punctuation in the orthography. You don't have to,
Okay.
but we do. Yeah.
So to say that you come here, you know, where you're in Rome, you say implemented.
Are you mean like a command, like come here?
You know, like just come here. Like
If you could say, if you said yaput minti, that means that thing within my arm's reach is coming. Like the turtle. Yaput minti. Do what? Can you love your mom? Yeah. That's what moms are for. All right. Who else had issues with where do you come from? Was it because it was a complicated phrase?
And I've got to learn, but I can look at the other spell and try to pronounce them by the letters that I see. It's completely different.
That's true. Anthony brings up an important point. All of what we're doing here is in the modern orthography, the spelling system. And so in that spelling system, each character represents generally just one discrete sound. So like that A would generally make an A. It doesn't make an A unless it's connected to a Y. For camp like this, we spell it because this is how we know how to spell. But we're really focusing mostly on just how it sounds. If you go ahead and not being able to spell anything, that's okay. But as time goes on, you'll become more and more familiar with the spelling system. You'll know that the double A is a long versus versus, you'll see on the walls there's an underlined A and it's an aw.
So the one underline,
In your nasal cavity right here, aw. Then a single A is and then a long A is ah. And the same with the other vowels too.
I remember my grandfather, where he would call for come here or something. He would say that word. He would say,
Now in that case, minti is a verb that just means come here. And when you say aminti, it means a place from which you come. So katekta shaminti, where did you come from? That's one way to express like where do you live and so forth. There's other ways to say it too. All right, so how about this one? We have which is what? Minti, and then li. Now you'll notice this. There's two ways to say I. Sa and li. We'll come across this more and more throughout camp. Sa is something that I am, and li is something that I do. So Chickasaw no wali, right? No wali. So amintili means I come from, and then here's your place. And here's some examples. So what is